I'd be just curious to hear your insights.
Yeah.
If we could get the photo of President Vladimir Putin, and this is if maybe you want to speak. So we had so we recently did an interview with Wall Street Journal journalists about the illegals, right?
Sure.
And about all of the sort of unfortunate methods Russia has developed to extricate intelligence officers or people useful to Vladimir Putin by essentially kidnapping Americans on serious charges and then holding them and then using that as leverage. Can you speak to, if you can you speak to who this person is, who the president of Russia is, and how and why would this, the United States, why this would be such a controversy if we did something similar to this?
Yeah, this is important. So what you see here, this is very important. And I mentioned it in chapter 8 of my book. I talk about special operations. This is a key moment that we need to understand, and we don't. It was looked right past in the West. Glad you put up the graphic because I talk about it in the book. It's important. Vladimir Putin is holding hands here with a convicted murderer, assassin named Vadim Krasikov. So Krasikov headed abroad, volunteered to go kill a Chechen dissident in Germany in 2019. He was caught red-handed, caught by the German police immediately, tried to feign ignorance or didn't really know. It was a quick conviction. He didn't even fight. His lawyer didn't fight that much. He was caught red-handed, broad daylight, killed this Chechen dissident. He was Russian. You know, they got him. Okay, got him red-handed. But for the next 5 years, the Russians never gave up on negotiations to get him out. Germany said absolutely not. This is a convicted killer in broad daylight, came into our country and killed somebody resident in our country. Whatever you think of the Chechen, right or wrong, we're not going to tolerate murder. The Germans correctly trying to push back against what Russia did in Britain, right, when they killed Litvinenko back in 2006. Putin doesn't give up on his people, though. This is one of his guys. Who is Krasikov, by the way? He was an FSB officer, and the Russians have all acknowledged this since then. They decorated him with a medal. He was an FSB officer who became a personal bodyguard to Putin, probably transferred over to the FSO when he was a bodyguard. And as best as we know and understand, Brian, he personally volunteered. Probably one of those nights sitting around having a cigar or some cognac with the boss, as they call him. They call Putin the boss. That's what they call him, much like a mafia boss. He probably said, hey, boss, let me take care of this one for you. Let me go get this Chechen bastard. Let me kill him personally. I want to do it with my own hands. I want to do it with these hands. Let me do it. And he did. He went abroad and he killed for Putin. That's why this picture is important, Brian. When he came back after that spy swap that we had to use to get Evan Gershkovich out of Russia and the other swaps, Brittany Griner and others, it was a large swap, 2024. Putin was personally there on the tarmac. Krasikov was one of the first off the plane. Behind him standing there is the blue cap of the Kremlin Guard, the most elite unit of the Kremlin Guard. Putin's saying, this is my guy. He's saying to his security services, if you kill for me, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to get you back, okay? Where else would we ever see the leader of a giant country, world's largest country by geography in the world, still today, standing there on the tarmac greeting a convicted killer and welcoming him back home? Look at his face right there. Welcome home. I got you out, brother. But it's symbolic too, Brian. That's what's important. It's symbolic. He's saying to his people, his security services, see, I told you. You kill for me, I'm not going to forget you. I'm going to take care of you. And he did. He insisted there would be no swap whatsoever without Krasikov. And eventually in the West, we had to relent. And I know it was hard for the Germans. A credit to them that they were willing, because there were innocent civilian hostages at stake. Yeah. You know, they did what they had to. So thanks for drawing attention to that. I pointed out, you know, in my book and in all my writings, I pointed it out in my articles I've written recently. I said, you know, he's a thug. Putin is a killer thug. He's a mafia-like boss that sends people out button-like killers, just like mafia boss. And you come back and you get taken care of by the boss. Sure, Krasikov got all kinds of, besides the medal that Peskov, the spokesman person of the Kremlin, after he was back for a few days, he admitted, yes, he is an FSB officer. And yes, we decorated him. I'm sure he's gotten all kinds of privileges. I'm sure he's gotten a golden palace for himself for killing on the boss's orders.